Alright, we finished up nanobots. We're gonna sub-automate that in a moment. The next thing we want is character logistics trash slots is not something we need. Electronics doesn't. That helps us get into some other stuff, but we're not. That's not initially immediately needed. Because logistics science, which is nice, and it gives us a lot of stuff. Optics gives us lighted stuff, which is not bad, and I like that. Oh, but that gets us into radar amplification and radar efficiency, and that sounds great. Right, and we'll just do you here. Cool. Optics. And what do you also require? You also require a military one, so let's just do that. And we'll then queue up radar amplification and radar efficiency. So amplification is how far they can see, and efficiency is how fast they uncover new tiles. Okay, we are doing a lot better now. Alright, next up, okay, also these are struggling. Why are you struggling? Hopefully that makes it better. Yeah. Now, these early level inserters can sometimes have trouble with like the initial amounts. Okay, so you're doing alright, you're doing good, you're doing it. Everything's kind of filling out. Let's get undergrounds and inserters. So undergrounds require basic circuits, transport belts, and those require just iron and more transport belts. Right, so it's kind of awkward spacing here, but we can make this work. Right, so we have undergrounds and splitters. So both of them gather from this box. Alrighty, so you require iron, which you can do. You require iron and basic circuit boards, which we can also do. Oops, and we are out of power poles, which means we are out of wood, which means we need to go out and find ourselves some more wood. So, okay, so we have our radar efficiency and things, so we're actually getting most of what we've built with just our one radar, which is good. Well, what do we want? Let's do steel axe, which increases our mining speed, which is not bad. There's all like basic movement speed and stuff, but those are excuse me, those require a lot of science that we don't really have right now. Let's do green science. We can at least set up green science and be ready to go with that. Let's just do steel axe, because that... You know, extra. I will not say no to extra mining speed. And I needed more of you. Right. And then we're just going to have these come in right here. And also we need more inserters. And these I will limit, because it's like I don't need more than like a couple stacks of you. I'll put four stacks of each. And yeah, these are gonna be slow with these inserters and stuff, but I'll be fine. It's like we just need some. Like, what do I want to build next? Okay, loaders. Loaders are these awesome little things that let us load stuff. And we're going to have a dedicated, I think, assembly machine for the belts for this, because it requires just a lot of belts, and it's convenient, not really conveniently spaced. Right, so we're going to say you're building belts, you're building loaders, and you're going to build gears. Okay, so you're gonna load you, you're gonna load you, you're gonna load you. You'll also require you. And we need to bring down more iron. So iron here, you, oh, and you also need iron yourself. And we'll make a chest. And we'll just have like a stack of loaders for now. We might need more later, but for now, 1 stack of loaders is all we need. But these are really cool things that let us load and unload into inventories very quickly at the speed of a belt. We're not going to need it so much for building this, but having them built is nice because it's very important for things like trains and warehouses and creating like buffers for like mines and things like that. Alright, so I'm actually building us another radar, because radars are very power intensive, but scanning our entire immediate area is going to be very important for us. Hey, we finished steel axe. What do I want next? Okay, we don't have green science yet, so let's just get wooden floorboards. Is actually not terrible. Is if you're doing a vanilla plus run for use of wood for as like an initial like movement speed increase. Turrets we don't really need. Landscaping isn't very useful. Signs I'm not a fan of. Let's grab electronics because we will need electronics. We could set up green science, which requires transport belts and inserters. But let's finish setting up some of the. Let's finish up bricks, because that's something that we need to get done fairly soon. And also bring in stone over here. Let's grab a whole bunch of belts. Let's grab some miners. Oh, let's set this up. How much stone do we have? Not that much. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That is off. That's not where that wants to go. Also, let's clean these lines because I polluted them a little bit. You don't want your lines to have stuff in places that they don't, because that can very easily mess up your thing. These are fast inserters. We're not going to use them early on because they are less energy efficient per operation, but there are many times where we'll want to use them, and eventually we'll just switch over to exclusively using fast inserters, because even in jobs that, there are jobs that you can do with just normal inserters, but you don't want to use them for everything. That's the line that we're going to bring in stone from. Hey, at this point, you can go. We don't need you anymore. Fast inserters done. Also gives us filter inserters, which are situationally useful. Essentially, they're just used to essentially only move one thing. Okay, the nanobot upgrades I'm gonna grab, even though we don't have nanobots yet, but I want to have them soon. I can actually bring just these to the end here. Just really for the reason of having our power poles on this end. And yeah, so stone's gonna come in here and start heading that in. We're gonna make some stone bricks in a minute. Once we, so we need, I believe, 24. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can build out our stone bricks. And I'm also someone who loves paving everything. So don't you worry, we're going to be using, like, one of the first things I think I could be outposting will be our grand flooring setup. Essentially making bricks, concrete, and reinforced concrete to make cool flooring. Because I got this from Reddit. There's a really cool concrete patterns blueprint book. Probably go with hexagons, because hexagons looks rad. We'll figure that out. Okay, so stone's gonna start coming in, and actually want to grab kind of an offshoot of stone right here, and you're gonna come down here, and you're gonna come in over here, because they're actually, we can check this here. Like, stone, what are you used for? And is it used in anything we need? Okay, it's used in deep water wells, and we probably want to do that. And for a bunch of stuff that's like dirt and stuff. Oh, and rails, yeah. And we're probably gonna build some rails at this mall. Alright, so the next thing we probably actually want to add steel to our lines, which means we need some coal, and we'll figure out a good place to make some steel. Because we don't need a ton of steel, but we do need some. I'm actually going to, this is a very awkwardly placed thing, so I'm actually gonna like move you right here and just have you kind of like put you here instead. Which means actually we want some of these. I'm just gonna have like 6 things of steel, because we don't need that much, and also we're honestly, the steel's gonna be limited by our iron more than anything else. Actually, we probably want our own line here, so let's have you go here. Oh, we are out of splitters. Let's grab some splitters, and all of you. We can grab our first loaders, which are these awesome things, but we're not going to use any really right now. Splitter here, you, and this line. And how you make steel is you just throw, well, I mean, coal, and you put iron into a furnace. That's what you do. Somehow, even when you have electric smelters, you still don't need coal anymore, which is like, okay, how are you adding the carbon to your steel? But what do you do about it? Don't overthink it. And we're just gonna have these like combine like right here, and we'll just have you go like you. I'll make sure you're on that side. Can we make any more purples as we can? And yeah, for steel. And some bricks. Bricks are nice because you can place them and cool. I mean, they make you walk faster, but I mean, this one, we're doing pretty good here. Next, nanobot. Getting us some bots is probably a good next step. Let's make us a couple nanobot emitters. So there's 2 different nanobots. There's nano construction bots, which is the main one we're going to be using, and this builds things. Hey there, it's Xenocyber. Thank you for the host. Welcome. How was your stream? Welcome everyone. We're starting up. We're playing some Factorio. This is a brand new game that we just started the stream. And it's just a kind of a vanilla plus game. Yeah. Alright, so we want to set up. Alright, so we want to set up nano construction blocks because iron sticks and repair packs. Repair packs is gears and electric units, and you require electronic circuits and six. So we need lots of iron and electronic circuits. Also, we should bring you over. I forgot that there was this line that we want to have to. So let's do a little cheeky thing like this. Nice! I still need There Is No Spoon. That is the one achievement I don't have. And I just have not researched the speedrun tactics enough to really get that yet. They are not. This is more of a vanilla plus. The goal of this is vanilla plus with the end game being space exploration. But yeah, I wish like even if it's not exactly nanobots, there needs to be. I feel like a yeah, SpaceX. Yeah, no, like, I think I like SpaceX because, like, even if you don't actually finish SpaceX, it does incentivize you to, build. It's not kind of like, it's like building a rocket is not the end of the game. At least this, like, gives you an end game that even if you don't reach it, there is stuff to do that besides building a rocket, which you can do on your main bus. Or you don't even technically need a main bus to launch a rocket. And just, like, the official end is just not very far away, and I like having something to work towards as an end game. Alright, so got you. We're not speedrunning this by any means. If I was, I'd be using a pattern for the starter mall and not just freehanding it. Yeah, so let's grab some you because we're out of you. What was I doing? Oh yeah. So let's just do this over here. So for both of them, they were both require iron sticks. So let's just do iron sticks. We'll have this one be you. We'll have, not you. That's not what we need. We need you. And, oops. You'll be there. And then you require repair packs, which will probably give its own chest. Although that's it. Since we're just running pure peaceful, we won't need that many repair packs. It's mostly when we just like crash or train into things. Notably me. And you require gears. Okay. So you go to you, and you go to you two. You need that. And you just require that, and you're good with that. So you need that. Increase these, because for the most part, I like to have the for the starter mall, have you the main lines be the priority to not go underground. Right, so you need to be like that. There and there. I got so accustomed to Bob's inserters, I'm like placing things that aren't wonderful to run with, they're not, it's just not ideal placement because it's like, oh yeah, I can place like a chest right there and I'll have a 90-degree inserter and it'll be fine. That's one of the things where I might just add Bob's adjustable inserters. Excuse me, for the next session. So we just need a long insert here to get placed in this box, and you can be normal box. And let's just limit them to 2. And yeah, so it doesn't like placing the second one. I like to have double emitters so we can just have one for each ammo slot. And yeah, so, oops, I did not mean to do that. So where do we have this? So we have this steam engine array. And so one thing, the benefit of this is that this requires 16, right? Or is it 20? Yeah, it's 20. We're gonna have a bunch of you, and we're gonna need some. Right, nanowatt speed is finished. And what do we want next? You know what, at this point in the game, manual crafting speed is wonderful. Plus 20% crafting speed will save us a lot of time. But we have these nanobots, and they'll use charges from what we're building there, but it'll automatically place all of our stuff for us. So, honestly, like, until you have like the like Power Armor or Power Mark 2 infusion reactors for your good personal robots, I also prefer nanobots, just because it's like I'd rather spend more resources for the speed of them than bad robots with like constantly recharging robots. Guess we need more of you. And okay, so let's finish. Let's just also just finish these other side. So I do want deep water well because I don't want to run all the way that way. And let's just grab 2 of you. Alright, so and we need to put in water here. So deep water wells can just plop anywhere and it'll be perfectly fine. These do not have power poles, I believe, which means that one is unnecessary because it connects there. And of course the bots are very smart on where they want to put these. And honestly we don't need these right now, but having the extra space is actually not, I find is there's no such thing as overkill. Okay, so what is our next thing? I think we need a green science. I think that is our next goal. So green science, transport bots, long inserters, or normal inserters, and we need 1 of each every 6 seconds. And the limiting factor on these is so 1 every 6 seconds, which means 1 of these makes 1 transport bot maker makes a lot every second. So it isn't a problem. It's the inserters, which is half 1 every second. So this 1 of each of these machines can support 12 inserters, or it's going to do another 10 just for ease of access. Oops, and I need more sewing machines. Alright, basic crafting speed is done. Let's just get a basic movement speed, because moving is better. Moving faster is in fact better. Grab all of our assembly machines. I don't think they actually could probably use some more belts. Okay, and you will be our green science. Also used to Bob's where tier 2 science is actually red and tier 1 is brown. The same recipes for the tiers, but it's just they changed the colors for some reason. I'm not sure why. Them actually might be shiny bobs, I'm not sure. I've never really played bobs without shiny bobs, so it might just be them realigning the tiers, I guess, but I don't know. But it's like then in red is tier 3 in shiny bobs, so who knows? Hey, Eternal Wait, welcome. And once again, we are out of power poles, which means we are out of wood. So let's go back on another wood scrounging spree. So in terms of other ore patches, okay, there's some copper up there. There's this coal, but because we're going to be busing in, excuse me, ore swimming bus, it won't be an issue. My go-to length for trains is 6 long. 7 including the engine, but 6 long. Because that is how many sides a storehouse has. And if you go for like a full 8, which is like how much a single train can pull, you just get awkward curving around with like your loaders and stuff, and even 6 is better. And like 6 I feel also runs at a nice speed. Okay, so this is all here. So it needs inserters on one side and belts on the other. And And once again, I'm just going to give them each their own dedicated gear machine. Right, so you just need to be just iron, but you need to be iron on this side because gears will be picked up and put on the other side. Or actually, you don't need to be iron on this side because you just put gears in directly. Right, so you are just iron. You'll go in there. And you are iron on one side. That other thing that you make on the other side. What's the other thing? Electronic circuits. That's what it is. I know how this game works. Awkwardly, there's the stone thing right here, so I'm probably actually going to be like, hey, the other half of the iron, because it's like, no more than a belt of iron is going to come through this somewhere, so splitting off does not matter. So, this is electronic circuits, this is iron. Basic movement speed. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to build is I'm going to research our first green one, even though we don't have green functioning yet, which is Automation 2, which will give us better assembly machines, which will be nice for like a little thing over here, which is I think one of our choke points is actually electronic circuits. And increasing the speed of that would be great. Ooh, sorry for the cough. Okay, so... that's awkward. Let's just, this little thing. This is spaghetti, but that's what the starter base is. It's your starter mold is usually going to be spaghetti. And then we'll start getting green science. So this requires gears, electronic circuits, and steel. And we put our current one right here, which is a really awkward location to have this be. So I'm actually going to create an underground. Okay. How do I want to do this? Okay, so I'm going to place this here. So this will have electronic circuits come around and down. You're going to be here, and we're going to power hero, and you're going to, we can't put a recipe in yet because we've not researched it yet. And this is how we're going to get electronic circuits into this. You also require, nope, that's not what I need. Iron gears and steel. We'll just have a nice little iron gear hitting, like right here. Do. You'll go in there. And steel is going to be the tricky one. Because steel is all the way around here, so we're going to have to like loop this back and work it through there somehow. So we're going to have steel come around. Can we get through there? No, we can't. How do you come here? You come here. Why is your piece of iron right there? That's not a good place. I guess I didn't need coal on the main line, because I mostly use coal on the main line for grenades in vanilla, and grenades even in beautiful games. And we don't need grenades. Right, so let us It's low on boxes. Hey, automation news come along. This is all working. We're getting both green and yellow science, and importantly, disco science is getting us blue and green lights now. Okay, what's next? Well, waiting on that, get automation to like, increase the speed of all of these. And then, wait, what do we need to automate at? What do we still need to automate? Tier 2 power poles, but we haven't researched those yet. Honestly, long-hand inserters doesn't sound terrible. Fortunately, our inserter thing is not in a good location. We'll I know how to fix this. Through the magic of a belt. So, probably want fast inserters too, like both long-handed and fast inserters. I'm not gonna bother building, like setting up stack inserters because that's gonna be on the main bus because that requires advanced circuit boards, and we are not building those in the basic basic thing here. Right, so you require gears. You require no gears. So you're going to be long-handed. You're going to be fast. You both require iron, so let's actually just do a little thing like this and just give them both iron that way. You require electronic circuits, which is conveniently right here. And you require gears, which we can make nearby with something like this. And you go in here, and you go out there. And both of you can go into boxes. And we don't need more than a couple stacks of each. And there we go. Right, we have now researched automation 2. Let's get our bender power poles, because this is what we're going to be using for most of the game. Okay, so next up we need is to increase you. You need to actually build this properly. And some of these inserters just aren't being fast enough. So we're just gonna have a fast inserter, and this is gonna be here because it's like one. These gear machines don't like this. Fortunately, there is no version of the fast long-hand inserter, which is annoying, but we'll make do. Yeah, I'm just gonna take off. You don't need to use these assembly machines anymore. You know what? You probably could use a second longhand. Right, so the choke point is you. And again, this is one where it's like, hey, we're running a lot of these. We can just run fast inserters, and it'd be perfectly fine. You know, have some circuit boards to help like actually speed this up. And I'm gonna cut the episode here for YouTube. And I will see you next time.